Hi, my name is Jae Jin, and I'm a singer-songwriter and artist. Super excited to be a part of this interview and look forward to sharing a little bit more about my story. I'm a singer-songwriter working currently on my 5th full-length album, and through the past decade, been able to share my music around the world. Maybe you might have seen my music in Korean dramas, TV shows, possibly seen me even on NBC's The Voice many seasons ago, and on House of Cards as well, doing a worship song.
As a Korean American, almost the second generation, did you face any tension between pursuing music and the expectation of your family or community? How did you navigate that journey?
As an immigrant son, I think a lot of the parental pressures of coming to America involve success in the American dream. And so I did have a lot of tension in regards to that. My mother worked very hard to raise me and give me an opportunity to have a successful life. And so I think in terms of my calling as an artist and to go into a field like music, there was definitely tensions there. But I think the biggest thing really for my mom was really, would I give up? Like, would I give up easily? And so for me, it was just being able to prove that this was something that I felt was my calling in life and that I would give 100% to pursue that.
In many Korean communities, become a musician is still not always seen as a typical or stable path. What kind of challenges or scene of responsibility have you experienced within that context?
I think being an artist and going into music, it's not considered a stable career path, and it's really something that I struggled with a lot because coming out of university, I went to Johns Hopkins University for undergrad and did pre-med and was looking to go into medicine and even like graduate school, I left an MD, MBA, and to pursue all of that, there was this idea of comfort, stability, and security that came with that. But I think as I got older, my life experiences impacted the change from that path. Why? It's related to my illness experiences. So I was actually sick and was diagnosed with a terminal illness at the age of 17. And then 5 years later, while I was an undergrad, I relapsed and was sick again. The illness in and of itself, it gave me the, I guess, challenge to think about life a little bit differently because I realized this life is very precious and it's not guaranteed. And so as I thought about pursuing my career, I prayed a lot, and I think that God just kind of revealed to me, no amount of letters after my name or money in the bank account would fulfill and satisfy in me the way that I felt when I was able to reach people through my stories, through the testimony that God has been continuing to write in and through my life. And then especially through music, to be able to use songwriting to write songs that share this story and share these stories with other people. It gives them the chance to connect with the lived experience that I have. And so, the struggle was obviously very hard, especially when it comes to parental expectations. But I think something deep down within me, I just realized I want to just lay my life down. I said to God, when I came into this world, when I'm gonna leave. And I think that every day, if I can live and be used by you as an instrument, then I wanted to obey in that way. And so, I look back at now more than 10 years of doing music professionally. It's not about the music. It's not about what happens on stage. It's actually about all the God moments and the things that God does in between those times. And to do something like music, it's amazing. It's the closest to being God-like. Not to say that you're like God, but to create, to be creative, that's such a deep privilege and responsibility.
How did you define your identity as a Korean American Christian musician, and how is that reflected in your music?
I think with identity in the world, right? When we think about the world, we oftentimes align our identity to who we are, right? As a Korean American or a Korean or a Christian or as a doctor or as a lawyer, but I think as I matured in my spiritual journey, I realized that in order to do something like music, right, and to do it missionally, I had to have my identity firmly rooted. And so for me, to have that identity firmly rooted as a child of God, as a follower of Christ, that allowed me to have a different perspective in how I pursued music. Because most other people, especially young kids, they think I'm gonna go do music and chase money, fame, and all these other things. But I think from the simplest perspective of just living life out accordingly for God's kingdom, then that identity is there and it makes it so much easier. Because for me, I was able to just step out and say, okay, God, I'm going to just put my life out there, put myself out there, and maybe I write a song about apples, but God will place oranges on the listeners' hearts, right? And when that started to happen, I realized that God is far greater than any of the plans that I could have done for myself. And there's something really freeing about that, because then I know that God's always in control. And as time goes on, I see all these reasons for why God brought me through different seasons of my life and allowed me to meet different people. And I look back at these 10 years of doing music, every amazing opportunity and accomplishment, right? Like whatever accolades and accomplishments, I don't say, oh, I was responsible for that. For me, it's so easy to say and see every single thing on that list was all because of God sending good people into my life, or God opening up doors for something that was for His kingdom. And in doing that, it actually takes the burden off of me, and it keeps me full of joy.
Every man will live and die and chase the wind under the sun. Every thirst unsatisfied, to find you were the only one. Our beginning and our end. Amen. Our beginning and our end. Amen.
Have you ever experienced tension between your cultural identity and your faith in your musical journey? If so, how have you worked through it?
I think the tension of my identity with faith is super hard, because doing music in the world, there's always this kind of thing that's pulling you towards the world, right? Like the world is trying to tempt you with so many shiny things. But I think as a follower of Christ, you know that that's not why you're on this earth. You know that that's not why you are doing what you're doing. That's not why you're creating and doing things. So I think that tension is always there. And again, I would be lying if I said I wasn't tempted by, these shiny things in the world. But I think by having my faith and having people around me that keep me firmly rooted in why I'm doing what I'm doing, that's been everything for me. So I would say community is so important. Even for younger kids as they think about doing music, who you're surrounded by is one of the most important things in your life. Even now as a married individual, it's one of the most important decisions you make in your life is who you marry. All these things are so important to help you navigate, right, the world. Because if you're doing something and you have this vocation of why God has called you to do something, that ability to navigate everything is going to come down to, of course, your relationship with God, but also with the relationships around you and the people that support you.
What advice would you give to second or third generation Korean American youth who feel called to music but struggle with parental expectation or cultural pressure?
I think for younger people who are thinking about going into a field like music or certain other industries, the only advice I would give is really lean into something that moves you, that can encourage others. It's not, of course, an easy journey. And so I think any path you choose, you need to be willing to put in the hard work, because nothing comes easy. A lot of people, when I get messages from younger folks who are curious about pursuing music or pursuing being a singer-songwriter, they think that there's this formula or that it's just this quick and easy answer to that, but it's actually not. It's actually just a lot of hard work, but also you have to think about what it is that makes you happy and fulfilled. And this aligns actually with success, because these days people talk about success so much. But I think as somebody that is a follower of Christ, my idea of success is very different than the world, I think. Most of the world would see success tied to money, to finances. So they think that successful is when you have a lot of money. But for me, at my age now, I think I look back and I'm just so grateful that my perspective of success is actually aligned to time. So wealth, like I feel very wealthy, not because I have a lot of money. It's actually, I feel wealthy because I have a lot of time to do the things that I choose to do, whether that's creating music and writing songs or spending time with my wife or with my family and with my friends. That to me is success. And the other element of success is to be able to create a life where you're not tied to be able to just do the 9 to 5 or go to work and do a job that you don't like, but instead being able to work really hard at work that you love and enjoy, and also be able to spend the time with the people you love. So that's my suggestion to younger kids, is to really say, think about what it is that would make you most fulfilled in your life. If you were to look at yourself 20, 30, 40 years down the road, what will make you feel happy?
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
I keep thinking about my music and my journey, and I feel so blessed. Because if at the start of my journey I had tried to write out like the perfect life and wrote it out all my way, and I think if God had given me everything, I don't think I would be as satisfied. What I realize is that, as I look back, I see that God is always at work. Whether I play an event for 1,000 people or play an event for 10 people in a living room, it's about these moments that we get to create and have, when 2 or more are gathered, right? We have church, right? So it's not just Sundays where you're in a building that happens to have a roof with a cross in it. It's every day. Like I feel like I get the chance to have church every day because God opens up so many avenues and doors for me to be able to share my testimony of what God has been doing in my life, and also just to be able to have the wealth of time and be able to love on other people and continue to create. And so I feel very blessed to be able to do what I do, and I give thanks and praise to God. Be sure to like and subscribe at 만나24. 만나에서 만나요.